everyone, it's Marcy here from Stampin' with Marcy. I'm just getting things set up here. Let me just make sure I'm loading my iPad. Okay, oh, you can see my lovely flowered pants I'm wearing today. Fun. Okay, so today I am so excited that I can finally share more products with you from the holiday catalog. So I can actually open it up and go page by page with you. How exciting is that? I'm super excited. So I am going to be creating today with the awesome Alpine Adventure bundle. It's the stamp set and the Alpine Sports Thinlits dies. Now I don't have a magnet yet for this. I buy my magnets at the local dollar store and they are out. So I have to wait for them to get more back in. So this is the card that we are going to be creating. Oh, and I forgot to say, please, when you pop on in, say hi. Let me know where you're from and interact with me. I love to chat with you while I am creating. So I am going to be using some of the new Shimmer Paint, and I have used the sled die here. I've used it with the wood textures paper stack, and then I've die cut out a little bow, and then my snowflakes are from the new glimmer paper. So all of that is with all of these dies here. And then my label here with the Jingle All the Way, I actually just used my ski framelit here, and I just trimmed it down so that I would have a smaller label here, so that way it fits. So that is how I created that. And the Alpine Adventure, hi Stephanie, is on page, let's see here. Here it is here on page 11. So you can see they've got gorgeous samples here with this stamp set. And you can also see here that they are offering foil edged cards and envelopes in either gold or silver. I have them, but I haven't had a chance to use them yet. So this is what we're going to be using today. So let's get started. So I have everything ready to go. I've got Balmy Blue, Real Red, and my Shimmery White cardstock. So to create my background, just pick up my little extra elements. I am going to bring this in. So this is the Shimmer Paint. It is offered in 4 colors. This is the Frost White that I'm going to be using today. We also have Champagne Mist, Bright Copper, and Vegas Gold. So I've played with the Champagne Mist. I will show you a card that I created with that in a little bit. But I haven't used the Vegas Gold or the Bright Copper yet. So to get started, I always find that it's best to just give your cardstock a bit of water Not a ton, just a little bit. I don't know if you can see that at all, if the camera's going to pick that up. Just to make that the ink is going to move around on it a little better. So all I'm going to do is pour some of my frost white onto my silicone craft mat, and I'm taking my Balmy Blue re-inker, and I'm just going to add 1 drop. The more you add, the deeper the color is going to be, but I want just a nice lighter color. So I'm taking a palette knife and I'm just mixing it in, and then I found with playing, there's some flecks of something on there, that just a chisel end paintbrush from Michaels, I found that I liked the way it moved on my paper better. So that is what I am using. And my paper might be a little dry already. So we're just going to come in here. And move that water a bit. And I'm just bringing it, swooping around. You can add as much or as little. There's no rules. It's your card, your creation. Okay. I think that's good. And I'm just going to take my microfiber cloth that, again, I bought this from the dollar store as well. I'm going to move this to the side and just cover that up so it stays a little damp, so it doesn't dry too awful sticky on there. So as you can see, it's just, hi Anne-Marie, how are you? So it's just a little bit of shimmer on there. So then we'll give that a second to dry, and I am going to adhere my real red to my Balmy Blue. I know creating a Christmas card right now for me in southwestern Ontario, we are having a wicked heat wave. The humidity is just horrible. I really wish it would subside. So by creating this Christmas card today, it's making me think of a bit cooler temperatures. Now, I do love the summer. I love the heat. I don't like being cold, but there's a difference with it's really humid and you can't do anything, and for me it causes migraines. So the humidity can go away anytime now for me. It's been a very hot, humid summer for us. Okay, so I'm just layering on my Thick Whisper White, giving this a bit of time to dry. Now it is still a little damp, so I'm going to take my heat tool here. It's wound up. And the Stampin' Up heat tool has 2 settings. My numbers have worn off, so you can't really see, but the lower setting is for drying your ink. The second setting, number 2, is for heat embossing. So you don't need as high of a heat or to blow as hard when you're just trying to dry your ink. So the lower setting, like that, is all you're going to need. So I'm just going to give it a little bit here to dry it because I want to stamp over top of the shimmer paint. So I want it to be a little drier, and unfortunately, because I'm drying it quickly, it is warping the paper a bit. I find that if I can give it a little bit more time, my paper does not warp quite as badly, but that's going to be fine for what I'm doing. Oh, the humidity gives you migraines as well, Anne Marie, does it? Okay, so I'm going to come in with my 2 snowflakes from the stamp set, and I am going to ink them up in Balmy Blue. Oh, because this is a photopolymer, I need to bring in my paper pierce mat and just random stamping here and there. Now some of this is going to be covered up with my toboggan, but that's okay. When I saw this stamp set, I knew right away I had to have it because this type of toboggan reminds me of my childhood. I'm aging myself by saying that, but I grew up with that type of toboggan at the start. So I think I'm going to need one more over here. And a big one as well. Okay, set that aside. Not migraine, but you feel awful. Yeah, the heat is very, very draining, I find, the excess of heat. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my snowflakes, and I used the glimmer paper. It used to be called iridescent. I'm not sure if that's what it's called now or not. So I'm going to take my toboggan and my little bow here. And as I've said before, when you're working with something this tiny, it is easier to put your glue on your larger area and then just take that and adhere that down. Just like that. And then we are going to, you don't need lots, a little goes a long way. I'm just putting random dots here and there because my paper might still be a bit damp. So I want to make sure that I've got enough on here. And I'm leaving areas for me to be able to grab onto without sticking my finger in the glue. All right, so I'm going to stick you right in the middle. And I'm going to actually flip it over so that I can really rub that so that the glue adheres. Just like that. And then I'm going to decide where, oh thank you. I'm going to decide where I want to place my glittery snowflakes here. Okay, I think just like that. So then just in the wider areas, I'm going to add just a few dots. I have a children's class next Saturday that it's going to be interesting to see how they do with less is more with the adhesive. This will be my first children's class, and it's out of town. I did, for Danielle when she was young, we did a couple birthday parties where we crafted, but that was before I was a demonstrator. And now that I'm a demonstrator and it's my job, this is the first time I've been asked to do one. So it should be fun and interesting to see how they do with less is more. Okay. And then I'm going to take and adhere that. Now I'm applying a bit more glue on the back of this because it is warped a bit from the liquid. Okay. And then again, I'm going to flip this upside down so that I can give it even pressure all the way across the back. To make sure that I'm getting it all adhered properly. And there we have that part. Now, to do the jingle all the way, I don't know if you can see the way that this wording is, it's on a slope. It's a fun way to have it, but I don't want it sloped like that because I have die cut out my tag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some washi tape and I'm going to cover up my jingle, or my all the way first, this part right here, so that jingle is the only, get that right over there, use my fingernail to tuck it down in, even though my fingernails are hurting right at the moment. It's canning season, so tomatoes are very hard on my hands. So my cuticles are peeling, my nails are peeling. I had to chop them right back last weekend when I was doing my chili sauce and my salsa there. So you can see there that jingle is the only thing that is showing. So I'm just going to ink that up. Peel off my washi and see if I can't get right over this. So there's my jingle. And then I'm going to clean that off. And then put the washi on the jingle part. Now you can do this with your Stampin' Right markers, but I find they don't always accept the ink as richly, as deeply as I want that color to be. So I think that's good. Take the washi off. Always, always, always make sure you take your washi off. You don't want to take all that time and effort for covering it up and then forgetting to take the washi tape off. Okay, so all the way, just like that. Perfect. Now I've got a little, because this one here is down at the end a little bit more, I've got some room here, so you know what I'm going to do with that? I think that is an opportunity to add a little bling. So let's move that out of the way. I'm going to glue this on my card front. And then I'm going to come over here to my embellishments, and do we think that a rhinestone, or what about one of the frosted clear and epoxy shapes? Let me just pull that out. Oh, you didn't like this at first. Oh, I loved it as soon as I saw it. Or do you think that? Oh, I think that one looks better than the rhinestone. I think it's just a little subtler. Thank you, Anne-Marie. So I'm going to take my take your pick tool, and I'm going to, with the little, I'm calling it a spatula end, I'm going to pick up my little frosted epoxy dot here. I haven't quite got the finesse of working with these quite yet. There, that is cute. That is cute. Okay, so that is today's card. And this is my original. As you can see, I added a lot more color to that than this one here. So it all depends on how much ink you apply to it as to how light it's going to be or dark. But I absolutely love this shimmer paint. I think it is so fabulous. I have done a few different cards now, like I said. This is on my blog today, and I have a video for it as well. This is part of the Creating Kindness design team that I belong to. We do a blog and video hop the first Thursday of every month. And this month our theme is circles. So this was the card that I created for it, and it's Tranquil Tide and Mint Macaron, and I did the exact same process for mixing my color, only I took a sponge dauber and I picked up the ink with my sponge dauber and then just daubed it in the coordinating colored circles. And actually the circles for this card here are from the Alpine Adventure. It's the circles, it would be the berries for the wreath, but I used it for just the circles. So I created the inside of the circles with that. So there's another way you can use the shimmer paint. And then I also have, I cannot share it with you, I have, I paired up with Jenny Hall and Cheryl Miller. Jenny is in the States. She is a dear, dear friend of mine, and along with Cheryl, and we do tutorials, and we have one coming out with the frosted floral stamp set and framelits, and I do another technique with the shimmer paint in one of my cards for that. So it will be available on my blog if you are a Canadian, Jenny's if you are American, and Cheryl's if you are in Australia. So that will be coming up within the next week. It should be posted. So you can either purchase the tutorial outright, or you can, if you purchase the bundle from any of us, you get the tutorial emailed to you. So that is all for those today. Now I also want to share some pretty darn exciting news for me. As you know, I've shared before that I am working very hard on earning the Greek Isles Stampin' Up! Incentive trip next year. Well, I need 160,000 flex points, and I'm sitting at 158,577. So that works out to $373.93. I am so close to earning this trip. So if you'd like to help me out at all achieve this, go to my blog, www.stampinwithmarcy.com, and place any kind of an order in there, and that will count towards my sales. And get me, I have till September 30th to earn it, so I'm pretty confident that I'm going to earn my very first incentive trip. I'm so excited. So there's that. And it's not too late. We have till the 10th for the Double Toil and Trouble, the September paper pumpkin kit. It is Halloween. I love Halloween projects. So it will be delivered right to your door, so that you have till September 10th to order it by. And then it will be shipped to you somewhere around the 16th, it should be, by the time they get everything, all the orders finalized and shipped out. So I think that is all for me for today. Again, if you're in Canada and you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you work with, I would love to help you out. Yes, it can, Anne-Marie. I would love to help you out. If you don't have a demonstrator that you work with, I'd love to send you a catalog. It is filled with absolutely fabulous projects and inspiration and ideas. This is the Frosted Floral Suite that Jenny, Cheryl, and I are working on our tutorial. So we each do 2 projects plus the videos. So there is the PDF plus there is the video that is only available to those who either purchase the tutorial or purchase the bundle. So yeah, the gorgeous projects that we've come up with. This is such a beautiful suite of products. So yes, so anyhow, if you'd like a catalog, let me know. I would love to help you out. Again, I'm so super excited that I can open this catalog and show you. If you have a question, I can open it to the page and the products and answer it for you. So thank you so much for stopping by. All of the measurements for this card will be on my blog on Saturday. So if you're interested in recreating it, it's pretty, my cards are usually pretty straightforward with the measurements. I generally don't do a whole lot of fancy fold or packaging. I have done a few, but there's pretty easy to recreate. So anyway, thank you so much for stopping by today, and I will see you next Thursday. Bye for now.